What's up? This is Nate Baglios. Today's FAQ Friday is, should I buy a WS-12 or should I buy a WS-6.2? We get this question a lot from people who are about to buy a subwoofer, and there are some pretty obvious differences between the two subs and then some more subtle differences. So the most obvious difference is the size. The WS-12 is significantly larger than the WS-6.2, almost 4 times as much volume. The WS-6.2 fits really nicely under a desk and it doesn't vibrate, so it's a great choice if you are putting a sub under a desk like that. Of course, if you need a bigger sub and if you have room for it, the WS-12 is huge. It plays to 123 dB Max SPL versus 120 on the WS-6.2, and it plays down to 23 Hertz, whereas the WS-6.2 only plays down to 27 Hertz. How do we get to that figure? Well, what we do is we measure the subwoofer in anechoic space. And what that means is when we're measuring the sub, there are no reflections from the walls or the ceiling or the floor. For subwoofers especially, that's important because those reflections help to reinforce the low end. And so the specs we publish are actually less impressive than the real-world performance you might get once you put the subwoofer in a room. So the WS-12 is playing down to 23 dB, the WS-6.2 is playing down to 27 dB. What does that sound like? Well, I hope you have headphones. Put those on now. What we're going to do is play a track where it's full range first, so you'll hear the track exactly as it sounds in the DAW. Then we're going to play it with a 23 Hertz minus 10 point. Then we're going to play it with a 27 Hertz minus 10 point, so you can hear the differences between those two things. So take a listen. We hope that illustrates it for you. Just some quick specs on both of those. The WS-6.2 is $499. It plays to 120 dB Max SPL and again down to 27 Hertz. It is just barely bigger than an IN8. The WS-12 is almost twice as expensive. It plays down to 23 Hertz at minus 10 and with a maximum SPL of 123 dB. You can check both those out in the video description below. Thanks so much for watching.